I'm very proud to tell you that our swing guide has a number of features and benefits far beyond what you may see in this simple little tool. And I'm going to let my mate, Peter Ornsby, help you understand and become aware of a number of those. But I would like to get at the heartbeat around which the golf swing needs to be developed. And that's the ability for the hands, wrists, and arms to allow the club face to be squared up consistently against the back of the ball. There's nothing more critical in making this happen than the placement of your fingers and hands on the golf club. I've never seen a really good player who couldn't feel the weight of the club head and its position through his golf swing. Problem of it is, that takes some time. But remember, the golf swing is a habit formation exercise, not necessarily a thought process. You need to use your swing guide daily for just a few minutes and get comfortable with how your fingers are on the club and how you feel the weight of the club head as it squares up against the golf ball at impact. To address the problems that you should become aware of in your grip, let's talk about your left hand. The problem that I see most players having is that the club comes too vertical into their hand and restricts their wrist hinge. So I would like to get the club underneath the butt pad in the back of your left hand, running into the second joint of the index finger on your left hand. So the club would run diagonally in a manner, and I think you're better if you leave a little of the club exposed at the back. You'll have better control of the club, especially in the wind. I would ask you to consider putting the thumb to the left side of, to the right side of the shaft, because at the top of the swing, the club should rest on your left thumb. The thumb should be at about 130, but that puts the swing guide right into the back of your left wrist and keeps the shaft in the right angle between your arms as you're learning to swing and feel the club. Your right hand. I've seen a lot of different grips of good players in their left hand, but most every good player has the club deep into the fingers of their right hand. Not at the first joint, but at the middle joint of the middle two fingers on their right hand. And that puts the club in a position so their wrist hinge becomes a reaction to the weight of the club head. And that's what makes you consistent, so you don't have to think about it happening. The swing guide will help you develop that sensitivity so that your hands and wrist are compatible in the effort of moving the club and swinging it in and around and up, down inside, back to the striking position that we're looking for. Most every really good player has the club deep into the fingers of their right hand. Not the first joint, but the middle joint of the middle two fingers of the right hand should come from underneath the grip of the club in a manner that now makes the wrist hinging very compatible. And your wrist will work in a manner that allows you to consistently feel where the club is as you're swinging and using it. The ability to play golf with a sense of rhythm is based on how you use the golf club and that you know where it is during your golf swing. I've never known a really good player who couldn't feel the position of and the weight in the club head throughout their whole golf swing. The swing guide will help you do that. It should look something like this. From the correct starting position where your arms can hang and suspend in front of you, you feel the swinging of your hands, wrists, and forearms, and you will see the weight of the club head making my hands react and my wrist hands are putting the club in the proper position at the top of the backswing. From there, my arms can swing down in close to my body and under my shoulders. The weight of the club head will make the swing guide come away from your left forearm. Your hands will release the club head, and on the forward swing, it will come again into your left forearm where we had at the top of the backswing. The swing guide will help you get a consistent release in your golf swing, and that's the heartbeat of the golf swing. Regardless of what the rest of your body's doing, your hands and arms must have the ability to consistently put the club face into the back of the ball.